Hello student, today we are going to start our third lesson, Nationalism in India. So what we are going to learn in this lesson? So I will tell you the introduction of this or main theme of this lesson. As we have learned already the growth of nationalism in Europe. Nationalism means the feeling of great love and sacrifice towards one's own country that we have learned. This feeling was closely associated with the creation of the nation state that we know. In this process, new icons, symbols, songs, so many processes came. During this process, they tried to make the unity among the people. This process was very long drawn process in most of the countries. Everybody wanted to get freedom from the colonial rule. So in this process, people try to identify their own identity. They try to ask themselves who they were, what were their identity, why they are struggling. These many questions were coming in their mind. So next we have to think that this feeling of nationalism or the process of nationalism was closely related to the anti-colonial movement, as we have seen in the Vietnam or the most of the countries. The feeling or the sense of being oppressed by the colonial rule was the common bond, sharing bond, which brought so many societies together. So these people tried to fight against the colonial rule to get their own freedom. The same thing happened in India also. But as we know, everybody tried to sort out their own feeling of nationalism or their own feeling of freedom, because colonial rule affected differently to the different class and different groups. Even the notion of the freedom, notion of the nationalism was different thing for the different groups. So in India, what was the nature of this feeling that we are going to learn in this lesson. India was also ruled by British. So when we tried to fight against the British, what kind of processes were carried out, what kind of techniques were used, what kind of methods were used, and how they got success. Our story will start from here, and mainly in last textbooks, means in the lower classes, you have studied Indian history up to the near about first decade of the 20th century. In this lesson, we will pick up the story from near about 1920s, and mainly we will focus on non-cooperation and civil disobedience movement. So let's start our first point. Our first point heading is First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation. So out of this First World War and Satyagraha, these two concepts I will discuss in this video, and next 2 points I will discuss in another video. So first of all, we will think about the First World War. What was First World War? As we know, First World War is known as World War First or Global War, which started with the assassination of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the Prince of Austria, at Sarajevo, the Bosnian capital, and ended on 11th of November for 1918. Means the period of First World War is 28 July 1914 to 11th of November 1918. So in this prolonged war, why this war is called as global war, or why this war is so important in history? Because this war started in Europe, and in this war, if you will see the numericals, near about 9 million people were died, near about 21 million people were wounded, and apart from that, near about 5 million people were died due to the diseases, starvation or other reasons. And because of that, this much people were affected, too much wealth was destroyed, and because of this war affected too badly near about most of the countries in the Europe. So what was the impact of this war on India? As we know, during this period, India was colonized by, means India was the colony of British, and indirectly India was also affected by this war. So what happened in India during this period? So in this period, mainly war expenditure increased, which led to the increase in the taxation and custom duties. Along with that, this war, means British government, during this war, British government compelled our villages to supply the soldiers, which is known as forced recruitment, means to force the people to join the army. Along with that, taxes were increased, so automatically price of the food grains and price of other things also increased, and common people were facing a problem to live their life. If you will see, so during the 1913 to 1918, prices became near about double, and because of that, common people were facing a lot of problem. At the same time, near about 1918 and 1919, 1920 and 1921, in most of the part of India, craft failed. Along with that, influenza epidemic came, and because of that, as per the census of 1921, near about 12 to 13 million people were died in India. And in this condition, again, fighting for the independence was not easy. So what kind of method were used to make people ready to fight? Because already people were frustrated, people were facing lot of hardships, and now they started thinking that our hardships would come to end if we get the freedom. And because of that, people became ready to fight against the British. So let's see what was the process. In this condition, means when people were suffering a lot, a new leader came on the political arena of the India, and he introduced a very novel method which is known as Satyagraha in Indian freedom struggle. So you would have understood who was he. So he was none other than Mahatma Gandhi. As we know, Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in 1915 from South Africa. We know he went there to work on behalf of the local Indian traders for their disputes, because they were facing a lot of problems in the racist government in South Africa. So he went there at the age of 24 and stayed there for 21 years. And there, to fight against the racist government, he used his novel method Satyagraha for the first time. And there he got success also. And because of that, when he returned to India in 1915, in January 1915, he decided to use the same weapon here also. So now we will learn what is Satyagraha actually. Satyagraha means insist for truth. Insist for truth means we should believe that truth always wins. Gandhiji says that if cause is true, struggle is against the injustice, then there is no need to use the violence or no need to become aggressive. Here he wants that we should try to persuade the oppressor. We should try to convince his or her conscience. Means instead of being aggressive, we have to try to search for the truth. We try to convince the oppressor that what is the truth, and always we have to believe that truth always wins. And this method means here persuading the oppressor instead of use of violence. We have to persuade, we have to convince the oppressor that what is correct and what is wrong. So this method is considered as the Satyagraha. So Gandhiji thought that this is the most powerful weapon to fight against the British, and he decided to use this novel method for the Indian freedom struggle. So as he believed, in the starting only, he first toured all over the India, and he organized some successful Satyagraha in India. So I will tell you which were they. So first Satyagraha he organized in Champaran, Bihar in 1916. As per the textbook it is 1916. If you will search on the net it will show 1917, but we have to follow the textbook date. So as per the textbook, 1916 was the first Satyagraha organized by Gandhiji to inspire the peasants of Champaran against the oppressive plantation owner. That plantation owner were troubling a lot to the peasants, and because of that these people were facing a lot of problem. So Gandhiji organized his first Satyagraha there and tried to release them from their hardships. Second Satyagraha he organized in Kheda district of Gujarat. There, because of the crop failure and plague epidemics, people were unable to pay the revenue and they wanted to relax from the revenue. But government was not ready. So Gandhiji organized Satyagraha there also and tried to give them some relaxation. And third successful Satyagraha he organized in 1919 in Ahmedabad for the mill workers to improve their working conditions and wages. So these were the three successful Satyagraha organized by Gandhiji in India. So you should remember 1916 Champaran, Bihar to inspire the peasants against the plantation owner. Then second Kheda Satyagraha 1917 in Gujarat to help the peasants to give the relaxation in the revenue, and 1918 Ahmedabad mill workers to improve their wages and working conditions. So in this video we have studied what is nationalism, then what was the impact of the First World War on Indian society, what was Satyagraha, and the question will be in your exam, give the example of three successful Satyagraha organized by Gandhiji in India in 20th century. So I hope you are clear about the answer. Next 2 points, Khilafat movement and non-cooperation, we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.